Good morning, I'm Jill and I'm from Go4Growth, and I just wanted to make this short video to update you on our event series for 2023. So we're midway through April. We've been running events since February, and so I'm firstly just going to update you on events that we've already run and let you know where you can find copies of the videos and how to request copies of slide decks, etc. So on the 13th of February, we ran an event called Finding Opportunities in the Public Sector, which is all about helping you navigate the procurement portals, Contracts Finder, Find a Tender service, that kind of approach to looking for those all-important opportunities in the first place. On the 27th of February, we ran a webinar called Promoting Your Organisation, and that was all centred around how to stand out in a crowded market, what the public sector is looking for, the kinds of things that you need in your toolkit in order to promote your organisation well through a competition process, and venturing into the kind of basic building blocks that you would need if you want to take part. And then during March, we ran 4 lunch and learn sessions, all just really short, 20 odd minutes, dedicated to breaking the bid process down into 4 parts. So the first part of that process was looking at the standard selection questionnaire. And this will be at the front end of any procurement. So working through all of the sections in the standard selection questionnaire, the SSQ, and the kinds of things that you'll be asked and where to find some of the information that you might need. We then looked at the specification, evaluation criteria, and how to answer quality or technical questions in a competition. And then we worked through some of the basic terms and conditions, not legal advice necessarily, but just from a practitioner's perspective, what those terms and conditions can mean, how to look out for them, and what to do when you find a query that you want to either ask a question about to a contracting authority or go seek some legal advice on. And then the final part of that Lunch and Learn series was all about feedback process. So what should you get? What should you expect? And how can you best use it for your organisation? And then we've run, in addition to those sessions, we ran a session for the Nottinghamshire Violence Reduction Partnership and Blue Light Commercial on grants versus tenders. So just giving an understanding of what the difference is between a grant funding application and a contracts funding application, and the kinds of things that you might need to have in your toolkit if you want to take part in either grant funding very generally or procurement contracts also. All of those that I've talked about can be found on our YouTube channel in the various playlists. So the Lunch and Learns, for example, will be in the bid skills playlist, as will grants versus tenders. And you can find Finding Opportunities and Promoting Organisations in their relevant playlists as well. Any virtual webinar that we do is always recorded, and we always do put it in our YouTube channel. So please feel free to go there. If you can't find our YouTube channel, head to our website, which is www.go4growth.co.uk. And there will be a link out to the events that we've got and where you can find our YouTube videos. So what have we got coming up for the rest of this year? Well, our next event is on the 26th of April, and it's on credibility and accreditations. So we'll be exploring, it's the 3rd time we've run this, but we'll be exploring how you can demonstrate your basic credibility and the types of things that contracting authorities in public sector will be testing. So your financial credibility, your past experience, that kind of thing. How will you be asked and what to prepare in readiness for those processes? But also what accreditations you might need in the various sectors that you might be in for contracting authority opportunities, and how to go about it, what to do if you already have an equivalent accreditation, etc., etc. On the 15th of May, we have social value for providers. So social value is one of the hottest topics at the moment, being able to demonstrate your social impact through your organisation, regardless of the size of the organisation or the size and complexity of the opportunity that you're going for, is becoming more and more important. We're seeing weightings in excess of 10% of all the scores on procurement contracts now going to social value, and that will only increase over time. So if you want some help in how to put your narrative together for social value, please come along to that. It's on the 15th of May. And then on the 5th of June, we're looking at net zero carbon for providers. Go4Growth helps specifically providers to put together a carbon net zero action plan or a carbon reduction action plan, a CRAP or a CRP, carbon reduction plans. You might hear those terminologies talked about in public sector. So we'll be talking about what carbon reduction is, what net zero means. We'll be talking through what scope 1, 2 and 3 emissions are, and how Go4Growth can help you to put that action plan together, where to start. What we won't be talking about is the measurement of your carbon footprint, but we will be talking about action planning. We're then rerunning a session on finding opportunities in the public sector, and we know it's one of our most popular sessions. So on the 19th of June, you can come along. My colleague Lauren Siddons will be running a session dedicated again to navigating the various portals in public sector and how to find those opportunities, how to set up alerts, how to do the search functionality in Contracts Finder and Finder Tender Service, the two Cabinet Office led search engines that are there for you to utilise. We often get asked about partnerships, collaboration, consortia. Some public sector opportunities are often too big for smaller organisations or voluntary sector organisations to take part in on their own. And lots of organisations tell us that actually finding people to work with can often be quite difficult. So on the 26th of June, we have an event that's dedicated to exploring partnership and collaborative working. So the event will be in two halves. Firstly, we'll talk about the process of collaboration and what that means if you are seeking to work with somebody else, the things that you should take into account. But also there'll be some time in that session dedicated to introducing people to each other to hopefully help you find a partner to work with. On July the 13th, we've then got writing policies for public sector. You will always be asked in some way, shape or form about the policies that we've got. And we want to help you get on the front foot with those policy requirements. What do you need? What do you do if you don't have those policies in place? Where do you start? What resources are available to you so that isn't too big an ask, etc., etc. So that is on the 13th of July. And then we're running again on the 11th of September, finding opportunities in the public sector. So 3 opportunities this year to get some support on using portals and searching for the opportunities in the first place. And then we're rerunning on the October the 12th, promoting your organisation. So another opportunity to come along to a live event to learn and discuss how to stand out in what can sometimes be a really crowded market in the public sector. On the 9th of November, there's another opportunity then to learn and network with organisations who want to partner and work together. So that collaboration, consortia and partnership working event is being rerun on the 9th of November. And then the final event for 2023 is on the 20th of November, and it's responsible business for public sector suppliers. So looking at both social value, sustainability, environmental considerations, carbon net zero, what does responsible business look like? And how might you approach it if you are or want to be, aspire to be a public sector provider? So you can find all of those events on our website if you want to book on. They're all free of charge to attend. They will all be recorded and those recordings will go onto our YouTube channel. But we would love to see you there. Some of the most important parts for Go4Growth is the feedback that we get from providers who come along to the events and chat with us about your real life experiences so that we can feed that back to the public sector and hopefully make improvements in the future. If you've got any questions, my name is Gillian Askew. You can get in touch with me at jill@go4growth.co.uk, or you can get in touch with my colleague Lauren at lauren@go4growth.co.uk, or you can get in touch with us through the website. So please do feel free to get in touch if there's something that we're not covering that you'd really like us to, or you want further information on anything that I've just chatted through. Have a great day. See you soon.